Hello, dear spectators of In-Spire-Life, New Ideas for a New World. This is Petra Popp from Paris. Today, together with Daniel Kruse in German, from Berlin, Germany. Daniel is representing the association called COP21.
That's the
COP21.
that's the thing. Yeah.
In December, coming December of this year, we'll have the climate change conference here in Paris, where the United Nations reunite to find solutions and agreements how to bring changes about climate and find solutions about resources depletion. These movements are very slow, the agreements are very slow, signatures are not being done, agreements are not very clear. So we can notice now that the civil society is stepping up, and I'm very happy to inform about it. So welcome, Daniel. You represent COP21 together with WeShare. I would say you are two main actors of this of a society movement towards design, towards prototypes. The rest I'll let you explain. Would you like to explain what is COP21 and what is your goal?
Sure, yeah. So maybe once more about the name. So you mentioned this big conference, which is called COP21, which stands for the Conference of Parties, and the big UN meeting of climate summits, and it's indeed the 21st meeting, and we know that their goal is to bring us into a climate-safe future, but so far, during the last 20 attempts, worldwide CO2 emissions have doubled. So out of this frustration and seeing that these things don't really get to somewhere and are pretty stuck, we created this idea of POC21, and that is for proof of concept. And proof of concept should be for a future, I think, which is actually quite close, because there's people out there who work on a post-fossil, low-resource and collaborative society or economy. And we figured that these people are already out there. It's like open source makers, it's social innovators, it's a lot of designers. So people are already out there. And POC21 is actually kind of a catalyst. It's actually a 5-week format. We call it an innovation camp, and we invite these kind of pioneers into this camp, search for 12 projects which are the most promising, and pack them together with a lot of diverse mentors and have them come out of this camp again and present this kind of a new breed of products which work in a different kind of logic. Yeah, it's basically we've seen these people out there, and we think they have great tools at their hand, great productions, and actually they form the basis of this new world we need, but they lack a little bit more of a kind of connection with other people who could really help them out. So we had like a test drive in Berlin, the short-term test drive, and we've seen that a solar project was really leapfrogging by the 48 hours only help of a few designers to really redesign the whole product and get much more forward with the idea. So we only leverage this to a much longer time of 5 weeks. We have a day-by-day process made up to feature them, to help them out. And the final thing is to combine all that into a larger campaign and more holistic picture how these new worlds could look like. So these are like the 3 parts we try to achieve.
And I think this is beautiful. And the most important thing is probably that you do this via open source afterwards, right?
Exactly, right.
So could you, just for the people that are a little confused about this term, could you explain your definition about open source?
Yeah, it comes from the technological sector. It's from programming, and it means the code you program that's open. It's open to share, copy, and modify. So it's kind of a commons good, right?
Yes.
And we try to transfer this. I mean, there's open hardware out there as well, so we focus more on like real tools and feasible kind of products.
Yes.
And yeah, we try to translate that into like open and sustainable tools for this kind of better society. So open source ensures that the results we produce over there can be taken by many other people worldwide and used and remodified to their needs. So the production model is it's like kind of a forking. So once you have one model, one version 0.1 or something, other people come and can say, I fork this idea to the next level and make it even more possible, more working for me.
I love that,
Yeah.
and it's sent out by the web, I guess, the internet, or you want to create a catalog about these prototypes and send the concept of these prototypes out in a sort of catalog for open source, so people can have access to that.
True, right. So, well, a catalog is one is just a real catalog in a print version. So
Yes.
that will rather be a well-designed, made-up catalog you can hold in your hands and see, wow, I understand these projects and they are out there. And also, we aim for a web platform where you can really have a crowd around it who can, who can download these kind of blueprints and use for themselves, and also have an online dialogue on how to enhance them and further produce them online. Both of these things will happen or are among our aims. Yeah.
Beautiful. So this event takes place here in Paris, right? At Millemont Castle.
Close to Paris, right?
Close to Paris. And when is it? In summertime, right?
Yes, it starts August 15th and lasts till September 20th. That's this 5-week innovation camp time. We have an exhibition after it and try to make this exhibition travel. We have a lot of cooperations with like conferences ranging from this Alternativa social movement conference up to there's a big Solutions COP21 exhibition at the Grand Palais, quite in the city center. And we're also invited to exhibit there. So we carry the results on and try to make a very, very mobile and still very convincing kind of, feasible, accessible exhibition and structure, so people can really get a picture of what it's all about and touch these kind of new models and get a stronger feel and experience how this all could look like this new product world.
This new way of conceptualizing things, I really like that. How will this all be financed, Daniel? I mean, this is the question. You will receive how many people at Millemont? By the way, Millemont seems to be, to me, a place where things emerge. It's a strange thing about this place. It's a castle in the southwest of Paris where new things just seem to have fertile ground and emerge in a powerful way.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I wanted to say, well, I guess Millemont is quite a kind of an attractive, pulling people place. When we were there for the first time visiting it, we felt the energy quite right away, and it's just a beautiful place to do this thing. Right now, we're heavily into the funding process still. So especially the WeShare team is talking to a lot of French companies which are interested to innovate their own kind of products and models, which are really focused on not missing, this trend which comes together with digital fabrication, with the open source movement, and these are also kind of, at first glance, threats for companies, because it's not about the old business model of selling stuff and using up a lot of material and so on, but a totally different way of production. But on the other hand, since the movement is growing and moving on, they need to be aware of it and actually make use of it to understand it and be with us more as a partner and join the camp and send their people and experts and also make some reality checks for our projects. So we're totally open to interchange all kinds of actors. So yeah, we approach them to help us with their support, financial support. On the other hand, it's a lot of foundations. So I just told you in the pre-talk, we just sent off a rather longish new application to a Danish foundation, which is quite new. They already talk about such ideas like the circular and collaborative economy.
Yeah.
So they are quite close to our ideas and values, and we hope this is a fit. We had a confirmation lately by the BMW Foundation in Germany, which is quite a big one. Great. And a good name for us. And they come more from this, you know, there are these certain memes out there. They are like more from the social innovators kind of side. And yeah, I think to me it's important that POC21 it has this kind of this key and this tool of open source. Like we say, this is the key to make it really scale across this kind of model or this logic of open source. But we invite all kinds of change makers to join it. So it's not like a new kind of the next thing, but it's really about connecting the people out there who are working on these things and making them stronger and more connected and get to better results together.
It's a transition phase, really, because it's quite a paradigm shift for these big companies as well to see this emerging and growing. And it's they adapt in one way or another and get curious, as you say. And some of them invest powerfully now as well, seeing that this new way seems to be also a solution for them in a way. In these coming times. So
sure,
this is very interesting to see. Okay, we forgot maybe to mention that WeShare is also a partner of yours. WeShare is a platform for the participative economy. Sharing economy, that's an easier word. And right. So they work together with you. So you are 4 co-founders, right?
5 actually.
5.
Yeah, for POC21.
Sorry. So 5. Go ahead. So it's you, Daniel Kruse, and it's Simon.
Yeah. Right. So the Berlin team is like we're called Open State.
Yes.
We've been founded like 3 years ago already, I think. And but our idea really took off by the partnership with WeShare, because then this beautiful location came to us, and they have this really huge network of people who are already in these topics. So since then, it really feels like becoming a reality. And Open State next to me consists of Simon. He's kind of he's the art director of the whole idea, a designer. Bringing in this beautiful style we have there on the website, and also thinking about how we structure the place and the architecture around it, among other things. And then there's Dominic Wind. He's like the process facilitator of the camp. He had a similar experience before with a project called Palomar 5, and that was even 6 weeks with 30 people connected and innovating on the future of work. So he has the experience about the process.
The process is very interesting also. I saw a presentation of yours in Paris that you did a month ago, and already this process seemed to be very innovative for me in a very horizontal way, interesting. And what I liked the most is when you were talking, as you did this experience already in Berlin, on a small scale, as you say, people... Yeah. You also try to incorporate moments where you would just go out and do something else, stop doing the concepts and so on. People wouldn't like to do this. They were so enthused as you presented it. They wanted to work day and night. So inspired they were about this process of creating together and contributing to something very meaningful to emerge.
Yeah. I think this process is mostly about like a co-inspiration. So the first and foremost important thing is that you have great people in there, because as Dominic would say, like, great people know how to work together. So you do not moderate that much, because they find themselves, they do breakout groups, they work into the night or start early in the morning. So you don't want to super actively moderate everything because they're intellectual enough for themselves and so on. But still, there's a frame and a certain structure which makes sure that they get to the best possible results. And sometimes, as in this case, you have to even force them to do this breakout session and drag them in the woods and make them stop thinking and, I don't know, do something physical or just relax somewhere else or distract them with a kind of artistic experience or something, which happened during this former kind of experience. So you intervene in the best moments. I think that's the idea. You have a good structure, but then again, also from Dominic, is like he has this day-by-day plan. Yeah, we have this huge Excel, and there's a timeline for each hour, you know. And there's also yesterday I read something about party hard after the first week. It's also like a plan slot, but you never know. You know, there's a plan, and then there's kind of crazy and uncoordinated things happening, which is like the center of innovation when you have around 100 or so people we plan with, and you just cannot plan on everything. You just got to stay.
Definitely not. Which is hard for Germans to admit, but it's true. And it's an organic way to create as well. And I could tell you had a lot of fun also doing this. Now, to be precise, you mentioned something about 12 projects that will be pre-selected. That will be taken then to Millemont, and then you invite who to contribute to these 12 projects and to work around it. Who can come?
Who can come? Yeah, basically many people. Our idea is to first look at the challenges these projects have. So we have one section in the Call for Projects formula which asks them about whom do you need, what tools, but also what people or what challenges are ahead. And once we've evaluated that, we would also specifically search for the right people to help them. We think there'll be a lot of different kinds of designers, because we figured like most of these open source technology people lack a certain kind of, product design, but also some kind of stronger marketing and make them like appear more usable to a more mainstream public. That's definitely one strong thing. Right. Then there will be definitely kind of consultants on long-term business or organizational models. So many of them don't have a true idea how they can sustain their idea and scale it a bit more and make it really sustainable for themselves, right? Yeah. Then there's thoughts about how we can long-term finance these kinds of ideas. So maybe ideas about green open fund or so appear over there. We find networks which can set this up. This is kind of an idea. Who else? Well, if I take the guys from BMW Foundation, they send in like a group of, they call them responsible leaders, and it's like a worldwide connection of social entrepreneurs, which are like more managing people. Wow. Yeah, and who can like talk to you about leadership kind of things, how to organize teams, etc. So yeah, it's just for us to put the right dots together and connect the right people to each other, and also have them also among the projects have like a peer learning. It's not only here's the projects and there's the mentors, but in my opinion, it's a whole big learning group, and all mentors will also learn from the projects. So they're invited, they're in the focus. But I think it will be just a big group helping each other out in all kinds of things.
I really am inspired by this. What you're saying, this is beautiful. I hope that there are new, many events like that will emerge. We really need them now, and it's very touching that this comes really from the civil side, you would say. And it shows new ways truly to politicians, to big companies, of how to do things differently and where we want to go actually. So it's a big sign, and truly I thank you for this work. Is there anything that you would like to express here through this video about needs that you might have, you want to send out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's a couple of milestones we face in the near future. So right now, our most important thing is like the call for project is open right now. It's open until the 24th of April.
Yes.
We have been like around 50 applications by now, but of course we like to choose from a big bunch of applications. So that's my call to action to all projects out there which feel like they would fit in this camp. Just take the application on POC21.cc.
Yes,
It's
I will
quite
write
prominent.
it on. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's one thing. Then yesterday when we had this meetup in Paris and in Berlin in parallel, we've seen there's a lot of great people who just want to play any kind of role in the camp. There's like process designers, there's like scientist people who like to evaluate the whole process and transfer it to other stakeholders. So there's all kinds of great people, and we try to manage this feedback now of all these people, and we will set up soon after the call for projects. We call it like a call for team or call for talent, which will feature like volunteer positions as well as like strongly involved like mentor positions, like helping, like I said, like supporting these projects. But it's down to like cooks or crafts people who can build constructions. So we will need a lot of talent. Cannot pay all, but try to make it possible for the most, depending on the funding as well.
Yes.
So this will come soon. So best thing is to register with our newsletter, so you can see or check out our social media to stay in touch with us and see when that goes out. And the final thing, in May, I hope we get that done in May. We plan to start our crowdfunding campaign. We are just working on a strong, emotional, clear story message and set up a video necessary for the crowdfunding. And if you have a euro or two for us, then this will be like the final part of our fundraising to open to the public. Okay. And support us there. That's in May.
D'accord.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel, thank you for this interview. Thank you for this.
Thanks to you too. Yeah.
For this moment, and I will send out all the datas, and if you allow, then in May I will send out also the video that you have installed then for the crowdfunding and etc. etc. So stay tuned. You get all the information below this video, and we're waiting for your support. We all need you, and thank you for having these great ideas. And we wish you lots of success and a lot of fun, of course, as well.
Oh, yes. Don't underestimate the fun. Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Daniel.
Bye-bye.